Six chill, fool, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end, now my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Thank you for joining us again for another class here at ISBHPK, Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. All right, we're here out of 2016 Granby Street. We've been here, school opened up almost, 7 months consistently. We've been out here. So if you're in the area, come and join us. All right. Our class times are Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Friday, Sabbath night class is going to be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then we're going to be having the Shabbat service as well at 10 a.m. So if you're in the area, you can go ahead and come out. And we're going to have the Shabbat service at 10 a.m. until whenever the service is over. As well, Houston's is still up and running. We asked if you can actually like and share our channel. We're at about 908 subscribers, so we're pushing for that 1,000. So if you can get the page out, ask your friends to subscribe, put it on their phone, do it for them. A lot of our people are a little bit lazy, they don't want to do it themselves, so hey, do it for them. So we can go ahead and get to that 1,000. But you can also watch Houston. Their classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Friday class they have from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. And then as well as the Sabbath, the Shabbat service is going to be from 10 a.m. until about 2 p.m. or whenever they finish. As well, we have San Antonio. San Antonio's up and rolling with classes as well. I believe their days is Tuesday through Friday. Yeah. So they're running it pretty straight through. Another lot of dynamic teachers out there. If you catch those classes, so you're getting an onslaught of classes. And that's exactly what our people need, especially in this time, because what else do we have to do rather than get our spirit right? So, again, those classes are going to be from about 8 p.m. until about, they kind of run late sometimes, so 11 p.m. So you can definitely check that out. Subscribe to their channel and send that out to your friends and family. Other ways is you can watch us as well. We have a Blog Talk Radio with Priest Mashaba. There's a lot of archive videos on there. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he goes live. That's going to be from 10 a.m. until about 12 or 1. All right, so that's going to be, you can find that at blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA. For that, as you know, we have our channels as well. We have the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, where it's a quick little hitter on wisdom that's good for your family. Nothing too heavy, nothing too direct, but definitely we'll speak to them if they have pride, anger, how to deal with choosing a spouse. So a lot of good topics on there, and we're going to be putting up some new content as well. We have the Hidden Truth Bible Show, which is, again, there's a lot of good documentaries, shows on there. We have one about the chariots. That's been seen lately, so if you want to go ahead and share that with Facebook and get that out there, because there's a lot of people starting to see chariots as we see on social media. So let's go ahead and give them the understanding of what that truly is. So go ahead and get that video out. There's a lot of videos on there that need to be shared, so check those out if you haven't. And we also have the news show via Houston. So Houston's doing a lot of shows out there to where current events in the news, and we're bringing it and backing it up with scriptures to give you a little edification and an outlook on how the Bible gives you a little information on what's happening. All right. With that, as you know, we got feasts coming up. We're getting into that feast time of the season. So we just finished with Feast of Trumpets. We're coming into the Day of Atonement on the 25th, which will be next Shabbat. All right, Friday night until Saturday night, sundown to sundown, where you're going to be afflicting your souls. All right, no food, no water. If you're new to it, you may want to try a little, maybe try beforehand, a little intermediate fasting. Try beforehand to kind of smooth your way into the Day of Atonement. Again, this day is for us to afflict our spirit and ask the Most High to forgive us of our sins. All right. We also have the day Feast of Tabernacles. That's coming up on September the 30th. That's going to be a Wednesday. So we're not going to have class for 8 days. So be prepared for that. Again, we got a lot of classes archived if you need to be, still in tune with classes. We got a lot of brothers and sisters coming up here to Virginia. So we're going to have a couple days up here with both schools, with Houston and Virginia. And then they're going to be going back and celebrating the last 4 days out there in Houston. All right. So if you're in the area, come visit. If you want to support, you can give alms for that, for all the food or whatever it might be. If you want to give, we greatly appreciate it. It's going to be a beautiful event with brothers and sisters in unity. And that's what the Most High is calling us back to, is being unified. When you think about it, even coming out of Egypt, the Most High was like, listen, tell Pharaoh to let you go so that you can celebrate your feast. So think of how much, if we went to Pharaoh to ask for that, how much more your boss, how much more, the things that you can postpone for the feast of the Most High. We got to see that the Most High wants us to be together. And whenever we went through, I think the definition of holy convocation, this was a summons where our people were coming together. It wasn't a question. It wasn't a suggestion. This is where our brothers and sisters was coming together. But we understand that a lot of people aren't able to make that move. But if you can, we're available. So we're going to be here in Virginia holding it down, as well as in Houston. So hit us up. Let us know if you can make it. If you need any help, we'll try to help you the best that we can. All right. As well, Israel wear. They're still accepting orders. You can find them on Facebook, Everything Israel wear. The sisters do a fabulous job, man. Their skills are coming up to another level. Listen, I haven't seen garments like it. So you got the headbands, we got the bracelets. These sisters are doing diligent work. Headbands, girdles. Hit them up if you want something specific. If you've seen something from the old school, they can replicate it, make it a little bit more modern, a little bit better. They can definitely take care of you. Or if you just need to get your Israelite gear up, hit us up on ISBHPK on our website /fringed up, and you can go ahead and get a subscription package of a shirt, or you can get a shirt and a headband on there. All right, so that's going to be Israel wear, or ISBHPK /fringed up for that. And again, you're going to be getting something every month. Every month is going to change from the headband and the shirt. All right. As well, Hebrew Academy. Hebrew Academy is every Wednesday here in Virginia. It starts at 7 p.m. Again, this is going to be for those men that want to dedicate and grow in the office of a bishop. That's what we've been going over. And, again, the standard of a bishop and the importance of why the standard is necessary for us to teach our people the right way. All right, so this is going to be every Wednesday in Virginia. Every Tuesday and Thursday in Houston via Zoom. For other brothers that are out of town, you can definitely get linked up with that, and the brothers will be able to go ahead and get you in there locked in for that. But again, Hebrew Academy is going to be for it's a commitment. It's not something that you just pop in like class. This is something you need to go to, attend every possible chance that you can. Tuesday, Thursday with Houston, or Wednesday out here with us. Reason being, because we go on a schedule. There's a lot of things that we're hitting in Hebrew Academy, so you don't want to miss out. All right. But again, we understand that life sometimes. All right. But again, a Hebrew Academy is going to be more for the commitment for brothers. All right. So check that. Hit us up if you need more information regarding that. If you need to contact the priest, we have Priest Kazakia, Priest Kwatazap, the numbers there. I know a lot of brothers have been hitting the priest. All right. But we ask if it's during class, please text only. Please text only. Sweet Ambiance, we have another subscription package that's going out. You can check our Instagram, which is sweet_ambiance, as well as the website, which we have some dope subscription deals going out. Again, all these different things that we have supports our school. It supports the lights, the internet, the building itself. So if you want to support that way, we greatly appreciate it. We'll get you smelling better than anybody else around you. Put down the colognes, put down the perfumes. Let's get you right. Let's get some frankincense and myrrh, vanilla and cinnamon mixed up together for the household. You know, we got you. Lavender, patchouli, whatever you need, hit us up. All right. Again, for all donations, hit up the as you see
the information up there.
There it
It'll
is.
be on the screen.
So
remember, tonight is the Sabbath. Tonight is the Shabbat. No drama, right? You got to hit him with that Mary J. Blige. No more drama. Huh? Yeah, here, I got. You need some of this? No, y'all gotta, on the Shabbat, man, out of all the days, right? You cap, right? You do your thing. You gotta, the Sabbath is to refocus your mind and try to get more studying, right? We can't do every Sabbath. You know how it says in Leviticus 23, these are the feast days. Every Sabbath, we, everybody can't come together. For us, we come together every Sabbath. We basically spend the whole Sabbath with each other. From Sabbath class night till we come back in the morning, and then we go out and street speak is usually all day. So the whole Shabbat. And we do understand everybody can't do that. Some of y'all have to work. But for the ones that can, try to initiate this gathering, this brotherhood, if you can. So let's do how we always do. Let's go into these questions. Anybody got any questions? Drop it. And then if not, we're going to go and finish up yesterday's class. So we'll start out with questions. No questions?
yeah, we got one.
Oh, you're shaking.
Oh, no, I'm just.
Yeah, there's one question. It says from Angela Burrows.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, she retracted it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. She said, if my husband listens to rap, is it lawful for a husband to listen to rap, filthy rap?
Is it lawful for us to listen to any music? That's the question. You know, is it lawful for you to listen to, the music of the world? I mean, it's not unlawful, right? There's nothing, you're dealing with technicalities now because you don't got no specific law, right? But at the same time, the scriptures say all things are lawful but not expedient. Give me that one real quick. And that means that there's no written law that says thou shalt not smoke crack, but you know what? Crack destroys your body. Right. So the Most High don't want you to destroy your body, so wisdom tells you don't smoke crack. The music, I stopped listening to it as my children started learning the scriptures more, because I didn't want to get in the car with them and then they hear some garbage boo-boo guy sing about demonic stuff. So it wasn't wicked for me to listen to it. Only time when these things are wicked or wrong is when they consume you and overtake you. Remember, the Bible is based on us changing. So if you listening to this and then you start acting it out, then you don't need none of that. It's an influence on you. So wisdom tells us certain things outside of, written, verbatim, point for point law. The wisdom of the Most High tells us also how to function. So read that, where we at?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12.
1 Corinthians 6 verse 12.
Come.
Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 6 and 12.
All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient.
Meaning, you know what's in the law. Everything ain't written, but is it expedient? Right? Is it expedient for these things? There's nothing that comes back and says, thou shalt not listen to that music. Because if you want to get technical, I mean, y'all want to be real about this one? Let's be real. If you cut out the music, then you got to cut out what? Is it only the music?
TV.
There you go. If you cut out the music, you might as well just cut out Netflix. Because there ain't nothing but lesbians on there.
Right.
Right?
Backdoor busters.
Yeah, sure. Are you shaking your head for us over here? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Because I'm looking over at you. I thought you were saying somebody was saying something online. That's why I'm looking over there. That's all they got in all these Netflix series. Y'all know that, right? You got to pay attention because all these Netflix series, they're now inseminating homosexuality. Netflix series, they're inseminating homosexuality. Every one, just pick one. They probably got either a faggot in there, a lesbian, a tranny. They're throwing this in so it can desensitize everybody. So if you want to address the music, then we gotta talk about the TV. Gotta talk about the movies you watching. So all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. Right? What does that mean? Yes, look up expedient. What I want y'all to ask, when I ask y'all, I'm asking y'all, do you know first? And then if you don't know, then we'll go to the definition. So look up expedient. What you got? You got expedient?
Yeah, this is expedient.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It says proper under the circumstances.
You see that? Is it proper under the circumstances?
Ooh, I gotta know that.
If the kids are in the car and you listen to that WAP, that WAP, whatever, what is it? WAP, WAP,
WAP.
WAP.
Rugrats.
Yeah, you listen to the Rugrats, right?
Cocaine.
Yeah, you listen to the PP cocaine, and then your kids are in the car. You gotta use wisdom. You know what I mean? Yeah, it might not say thou shalt not, but is it a good idea to do that? All right, go ahead.
It says suitable for the purpose.
Right. So meaning that you in the car, you and your rib in the car, and you guys don't know how to have a relationship, and all you do is turn up the music and zone out and ignore each other. Is it suitable for the purpose? Right. These are all judgments that wisdom has to enlighten each and every man. Right. It ain't no law that says, oh, don't listen to the music. But, a man got to be filled with certain judgment. He's got to know that, okay, this is not expedient for me to be in the car driving. And every time I get in, what I do, I put on some garbage rap music. I put on something, I'm at home and I'm looking at TV that got sexual innuendos and guys kissing, and you got the kids there watching. Our kids didn't start seeing that till they got older, and we broke that mentality. Now they can go back and look at, we don't stop them from watching TV, but we did in the beginning. They didn't grow up watching anything. It was like, nah, you ain't watching that. Now we let them, dab, and then they know that it's filthy. So we had to know what was expedient for our children, right? So all things are not lawful, but not expedient. What else?
All things are lawful for me,
Right?
but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Right. So now, are you under the power of this thing? Right? Like you got some youngins that are coming here, and we watch our kids for it. What do? Boop. They have the earphones in. You don't need earphones in during class. I mean, would you listen to music during class? Huh? I'm saying, are you listening to music during class?
Oh, no, sir. I actually forgot I had these in.
Right, but no, I'm just, I'm talking to everybody too. Like, why your kids can't be walking around the house? What? Boom. Listening. I don't even know who they are. I sound old as hell right now.
Right? I listen.
Like the cats that they listen to now.
Even
like,
Migos is old now.
Yeah, Migos is like, I don't know who they listen to.
Right.
Now.
So you got Billie Eilish or whatever her name is.
That's music. I'm talking about rap.
Oh,
What are the
right,
kids
right.
listening to these days?
Young boy.
Young boy, garbage. Go ahead. Who else?
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Who's this? What's the other
Right.
little guy? The light skinned cat?
Huh?
You said the baby?
The baby. Right. All the babies. All the babies is garbage.
Trippy Red.
You know what I mean? Trippy Red, trash.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Lil Uzi Vert.
Basically all Lil Wayne's duplicates and clones, all garbage, right? So anybody, is it expedient for your kids just to do that? Nah, my kids, no. But once again, some people got to learn the hard way. Like, they got to see that, wait a minute, my kids ain't learning nothing. Now I got to start setting a good example.
Right. That's why the definition goes into useful or profitable.
Right.
Is it profitable?
Right. Is it profitable for you? So like I said, if you and your rib got communication problems, you and your kids got communication problems, and every time you get in that car, you what? Boom, music up loud. We had a brother that used to do it. He get up in the morning, they set up some powerful prayers. He try to get in the car, and the first thing he do is what? Turn up the music and try to act like he's zoning out. So we had to show him out. Is that expedient for the men around you? Or do you want to build these relationships and brotherhood and communication? You see that? So all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. Then is that influencing you more than the other things? So this is what the Most High is showing us. Go to Ecclesiasticus 3. Real quick, and then we're going to go there. Go to Ecclesiastes. We're going to go to Ecclesiastes. No, it's not 3. It's where's that? I thought it was 3. So read that last part again while we're looking for this one, Ak.
All things are lawful for me,
Right?
but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Right. You see that? So if it's has a power over you, we talk about the phones a lot, right? If you don't know how to pray, you don't know how to study, but you always on the internet, when we have feasts, if you on your phone, there's a problem. You can't be in a high holy feast and you be on your phone. Why? Because the whole point of the feast is to gather together to talk. If we're here together and then the first thing you do is walk out after class, you don't understand what class is for. It's to get together and talk and get to know each other. I'm gonna say it again. You won't know them that labor among you until you communicate and know them that labor among you. Right? So the statement that he's making there is a powerful statement. Does these things have control over you? Let's deal with percentage. What percentage are you studying? That's how you judge yourself. Scriptures say, know ye not your own selves, judge yourself. So what percentage are you listening to rap music? And what percentage are you listening to the audio Bible? What percentage are you studying? And what percentage are you on Netflix? If you ain't studying, or it's 80% of your time is Netflix and chill, get in the car, listen to rap music, it's all carnal things, guess what you're going to be? You're going to be what?
Carnal.
Right. So you got to ask yourself here you go. You got to ask yourself if you are going to be letting these things have a power over y'all. You understand? So this is a good question. All right. Go from where did I?
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 16.
Right. Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. No, you know what? Skip that. I don't even want to go there. Go where you at?
You can go to
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 and verse 27.
Ecclesiasticus 37 and 27.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37,
Keep coming.
verse 27.
Uh-huh. Hold on. I'm going to slow it down. This is page 93 in
Yeah.
your Apocrypha.
For everybody.
Page 93. And we're on the topic of, is it lawful to listen to
Rap music.
Rap music.
That's what this sister asked?
Yeah, it was a sister.
Yeah. And we're going to get into this part about your husband. All right. We got to touch on that too. Because every time we answer these questions, we're going to give y'all the balance. Because the question is, are you the one to be in your husband's face telling him what he can and what he can't do? And if you are, how are you going to do it? Because you can tell your husband, but are you a righteous sister? Are you professional? Do you know how to speak with wisdom to your husband and relay it to him? We'll get into that after we answer your question. But we want to give y'all the balance. Go ahead, where we at?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 and verse 27.
Go ahead.
My son, prove thy soul in thy life.
Yeah, prove your soul. Understand what's good for you. Just like the priest was just saying, know ye not yourselves? You know, we have to understand what we give ourselves and how it affects us. Think about it. You can't go on a Netflix binge for a whole week and think you're going to be in the spirit. Especially if you're not rooted.
Right.
If you're not rooted and have a foundation in the word already, you don't have that luxury to do that.
Right.
You know, and a lot of our people, you know, my mother used to give me this saying, she was saying, what you put in your body is what comes out. And when you think about it, whenever you listen to nothing but rap music, what happens? Them lyrics on your mind. If you don't want me, you don't talk. Oh, what she say? If you don't want me, you don't have to talk to me. Fantasia. It's a real classy catch, very catchy, but a lot of women be singing that. Why? You listening to the music. That's what you're meditating on. Read that one more time.
God.
Where we at?
Ecclesiasticus 37, verse 27.
You got to get him.
My son,
Uh-huh.
prove thy soul in thy life,
Prove thy soul in thy life. Read.
and see what is evil for it.
Yeah, see what is negative for you. See what you should not be applying to where what? It takes your mind. It takes your focus. Now you're more irritable because you're listening to individuals that are irritable. We're giving ourselves unto what? Even the Netflix shows, man. Whack. What is it giving us? What kind of nourishment? Then you have to ask yourself, well, if you're a brother, what are you fighting for? You fighting to be a better husband, better teacher? Well, if that's the case, well, we can't give ourselves to these things. But again, you have to know yourself. Know what's negative in your life.
You gotta ask yourself the percentage of what you're giving yourself to. We're human, right? You know, even studying a lot, it says the studying is a weariness of flesh, right? Much study is a weariness of flesh. Why? Because you gotta let your brain soak it all in. You shake it all. You know how when you're in those books, you're like, you're flying in the sky with the wisdom and everything, but you still need okay, let me take a little breather. I'm gonna go get me something to eat, something to drink, right? You know what? I'm gonna throw some news on. I'm gonna throw something on the TV and just clear my mind, let everything soak, right?
God.
So what percentage are you doing what? Daily. Because you can add it up in yourself. And you can see, damn, for the whole month, I literally put more time into TV, Netflix, rap music, R&B music, trying to avoid my problems instead of really locking in and figuring out how to solve my problems. Your phones now have a, what is it called? It's called Screen Time on the iPhone, where it tells you how much you're in the apps. Oh, yeah. And what apps you in. If you see 98% in Snapchat, you see 98% in Instagram, right? And it's for Android too. You can go to set it up. Check yourself. The scriptures say examine yourself whether you be in the faith. We can tell you all this, but you got to look at your own self. And it says, prove your own selves. So you got to, and you look at that screen time, and it's like 10% in the Bible.
Yeah.
5% in the Apocrypha.
Dang.
Right? You got to see. That ain't going to be good for you. Read it again.
And that's why, again, you have to know yourself, man. Are you asking questions with the Bible? In the Bible? What are you meditating on? You know, are you thinking of ways to, bring forth more wisdom in the household for the children? How to distract them from all the other distractions that they try to distract them from the Bible? Mm-hmm. Where's our mind at? Keep reading.
Come from the top.
No, where you left off.
Come and give not that unto it.
Yeah, give not yourself unto these things that are negative for you. That you're recognizing that is unprofitable. Again, expedient means unprofitable, or what else it went into? It said unprofitable and
expedient.
Yeah.
Somebody look that word up again real quick. While you're looking it up, go ahead and read on.
Verse 28, for all things are not profitable for all men.
Yeah, some things aren't profitable for all men. And one man could watch a little Netflix. Well, he probably had 25, 30 years in the truth to where he can ease up a little bit, watch a little Netflix here, but go right back into the book. A lot of our brothers don't have a study regimen.
Right. Listen, here's a key pointer if you need to get off of all that stuff. If you're falling asleep in class, you don't need to be doing nothing at home but studying. That means that those demons are still controlling you. Right. They're still shutting you down. That weakness is still there. If you are right when you get in the book, you start. Right.
You start to yawn.
Yeah, you start. It's like right when you get in the book, if you're tired all of a sudden, that means that you haven't broke through that threshold of studying. And your mind in taking in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you gotta start with that. What?
I was gonna say a good one is when the Spirit wakes you up in the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and you turn around and just get on your phone, on Facebook, whatever. When really it might be that time where you need to go ahead and read you a couple chapters.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know that's what happened with me. Like. Sometimes I wake up, like this morning I woke up, it was like 6. You know what I mean? But I was like, I had to check myself, like, wait a minute. This is what I need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Read a chapter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Read the chapter, then read it backwards, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because those times would be where it's like, okay.
The Spirit opens you up early in the morning.
You need to read.
Yeah.
You go into that realm about 2, 3 o'clock, you just be, brains just buzzing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, actually.
Yep.
But the thing about it in the scripture in verse 27, it says, prove thy soul and thy life and see what is evil for it. But that's the same on the same spectrum of knowing what's good for yourself. Mm-hmm. If you know what's evil, you know what you need. You know what you got to stay away from. See, but that's our issue. We like to dwell with the things that we don't need. Because number one, it has a attachment upon us. Bakar Gabar just said it's a short attention span. But we get a short attention span from giving our attention to things that aren't profitable. You have to understand that these apps are set up to gain your attention to where you don't care about nothing else. Technically, you're addicted by those apps. You're addicted to the apps. You're addicted to the likes, all those little small nuances. They do that specifically to gain your attention. But that's why the Most High said, know what's evil for yourself. Continue at verse 28.
Neither hath every soul pleasure in everything.
Yeah, which means that you have to understand yourself.
Yeah, that's good. You got to understand yourself and know that everything ain't good for you and everything might not be good for you. So you got to be conscious of that. Go ahead.
Be not insatiable.
Move back, Mawala.
In any dainty thing. Nor too greedy upon meats.
There you go. Oh, Shariah, go ahead. Nor what?
Too greedy upon meats.
Okay, that's another thing. But be not insatiable in dainty things. You know what insatiable is? Let's look it up. Let's look up insatiable. Be not insatiable. Read that. Y'all should be looking it up. The way you stay engaged in class is when we ask for the definition, you start looking it up. Writing things down. You won't, a lot of y'all go to work early or wake up early, and then when you come to class, you're falling asleep. That means that you got to be engaged in what's going on. What you got,
Insatiable.
Uh-huh.
That cannot be satisfied.
Right. Read it again.
That cannot be satisfied.
Right. Now read the scripture again.
Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing.
So, you know how the little small, dainty, cheesecake type of, the little dainty things, right? Where you always sneak into the fridge, right?
Got you hooked.
Yeah, you're hooked, right? You're, what did it say the definition was?
That cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, you start to get to where food controls you. You can't be satisfied, right? You're thinking music is gonna solve your problem because you're not being satisfied in the mind, or liquor, right? So these little dainty things that might be good and tasteful for the moment becomes your weakness, and that's why Paul said you can't let these things just start to rule over you. I'll say this again, and the spirit it's funny you said about in the morning. I got up and the spirit was just hitting me on reminding brothers and sisters, idolatry. You can't let these things rule you. That's idolatry. You're putting them before the Creator. You understand? So this is what the Most High is showing us, man. So, now, you got something else?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus 14 and 20.
Yep. We can go the whole fucking class and every topic. So we gotta figure out where we end it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 14 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom.
See, but again, what are we giving ourselves to? Is it wisdom? Is it good things? Or is it just merely things that are unuseful, unprofitable, things that we really aren't going to be, the word again, nourished by?
Right.
But, go ahead.
Was that it?
No. Keep
Go
going.
ahead.
And that reasoneth of holy things.
Read that again.
And that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding.
And it's just showing about, well, where's our reasoning at? What are we reasoning through? Is it through the world? Or is it holy, righteous, spiritual? Again, whatever we give ourselves to, that's what feeds us. That's what the scripture is showing us. Is that the reasoning of holy things by his understanding, but it's because you meditate upon the wisdom. So just want to give a little...
Yeah, one more since he wanted to go there. Galatians 6 verse 8. And hopefully this is helping the sister out, and the brother out. That being said, we're going to read this one and we'll jump over to the second part of this because it has to be said. Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8.
Yeah.
A little bit louder.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
There you go. If you constantly feeding the flesh, then you're going to reap what you sow, which is corruption. So you got to see that all that stuff ain't good for you. It ain't good for you. But now, you're a woman, and you want to relay that to your husband. How you gonna do it? Somebody tell me, how would you do that? Because first of all, what's the biggest problem when a woman tries to relay? Like for instance, the sister's asking, right? What was the question the sister asked?
She retracted, but it says, is it lawful to listen to rap music? Basically, if it's filthy rap music.
Right. Well, there wasn't nothing else? Wasn't it something about a husband?
Well, she said, yeah, her husband. It was about the husband.
Right.
She deleted it. She retracted
Okay. Well, do you remember what she said or no?
it. Not the exact.
Okay. It was something about her husband. It was something about if it's okay if your husband listens to rap music. Listens to rap music. And the thing is that it's a touchy thing when you deal with your man, right? Remember, we went over it yesterday. Go to 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Then go to 1 Peter 3 and 1. Right? Go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Don't worry about it. We're going to call them all again. Don't get scared. We're going to call them all again. All right? So, 1 Corinthians 11 and 1. Then we're going to go to 1 Peter 3 and 1. And then we're going to go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Right? Go ahead. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Go ahead.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
Go ahead.
And keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
So what is the order in the household? Anybody just raise your hand real quick. Order in your household. What is it supposed to be, Jamal?
It's supposed to be Christ, then the man, then the woman, then the kids.
Okay, you're almost right.
Okay, then the Most High on top of Christ.
Okay, let's start over. Let's try it again. It's supposed to be what?
The Most High,
Right?
Christ, the man, woman, and then the kids.
Right, that's how the order's supposed to be. Right? That's what we're going to read. Go ahead.
Keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
You read that? Go ahead.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right?
And the head of the woman is the man.
Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
So the order is supposed to be established like this in the house. Why? Who knows why? I'm going to get y'all to think this Sabbath. Who knows why that this order is important? If we're not under the order, we're under what, Jamal?
Wickedness.
We're under wickedness. What else? Who got it? We're under what?
Satan.
Okay, you're right. Confusion. What else?
Chaos.
Okay, we're under the curses. Deuteronomy 28 said that her eye shall be evil towards her husband, and his eye shall be evil towards her. So when we don't follow the order of the house, you got what in the household? Confusion, chaos, arguing, fighting. So how could a woman relate to her husband? Right? Go to 1 Peter, read that 1 Peter 3 and 1.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband.
Right, so you got to be subject to your husband. That's the order that got to be learned. The problem is the order is not taught in the house, right?
Come.
Yeah, that's not taught in the house. So now your daughter's going to grow up. If you yelling at your husband and screaming at him, your daughter's going to grow up thinking, well, that's what a woman does. Then the son is going to see that and say, that's what type of woman I need, a woman that's yelling at me and putting me in order. So it effeminizes the man, it emasculates the woman, and what does it do to the husband? It vexes the husband. So if the woman is supposed to be subject to the man, how is she going to relay the message? What is the wrong way to relay the message? How about that?
Yelling back.
Yelling at him. Right? What else? What, Karaza?
Making it like she's coming off like a command, or kind of like in that forward spirit.
Right. Put your phones on mute, please. Say that again?
Coming off like in that forward spirit.
Right. So that's the wrong way. What else is the wrong way, sisters? Hold on. Let's see if some sisters know. Allison, you know? What's the wrong way to do it?
I kind of took mine, but kind of forceful with it. Like he said, like you're commanding, you're telling him versus asking. Or
You're telling him versus asking. What else, Shawashana?
in a commanding tone. Like
Commanding tone. What?
in a bad tone.
In a bad tone. What?
Hip hop.
You said what?
Music. If they're arguing, if y'all arguing, you just tune them out, leave them alone. Like you can't hear them.
That's a good one right there. But now here's a different look at the statement. How is she going to relate to her husband that, you know, she sees the rap music, she knows it's not good? How does she give him some wisdom without being this crazy, belligerent, sarcastic, loud black woman or Hispanic woman? How does she do that? What?
Take him to the scriptures.
She can what?
Take him to the scriptures.
Then that she can take him to the scriptures, but how? Because I'm gonna show you something. Go to Timothy's. I'm glad I'm asking this because I'm realizing that a lot of y'all gotta really understand the dynamics in this situation, right? Like, so my rib's gonna just get the Bible and be like, listen, Kazaki, get your Bible. That's what she gonna do? She gotta be a little more professional than that. Why? I'm gonna show y'all why. Go to Timothy's. Usurp authority real quick.
Yeah.
It's
right there. 2 and 12.
2 and what?
2 and 12. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2.
Oh, God.
You can start at verse
12.
1 Timothy 2 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
But I suffered not a woman to teach,
Right.
nor to usurp authority over the man.
So that's not saying she can't help her husband. But what it is that the woman starts to take authority. She starts to try to rule over him in her tone. You understand that? Right. You understand? And we're gonna go there. So you got to be professional with this, sisters. Like, you can tell your man, my ribs tell me, but they got to tell me the right way. They're not just going, because if they're not telling me the right way, then I realize they don't got no respect for me. Right? Now, I'm not perfect, so I'm going to need the help. I'm going to need them to help me, but they supposed to understand, damn, if I'm going to help him, I don't supposed to break his masculinity. And I don't supposed to teach the children that I'm breaking his masculinity while I'm doing it. Because we all need help. I respect my ribs' opinion. But when they do it the wrong way, I can't respect it. One, because they're not doing it according to the scriptures. Two, you can't fix a bad example with a bad example. It don't work like that. You see that? So they can tell me, but it's the proper way to tell your husband. So, and I gotta say that because as we give her scriptures about how, yeah, rap music and TV and all these things being locked into the flesh ain't good, we don't want her to think, oh, you know what? See, that's why you off. See, nigga, that's what I'm saying. You a weak ass nigga.
Right, you ain't the real example.
Yeah, you ain't the real example, right? And you got nigglets that do that. You know what I mean? And we got to show them, like, sis, you can't just be yelling at your husband like he's a little boy.
Yep.
Right? He can't. So, usurp. Look up usurp. Read it again.
But I suffer not a woman to teach,
Go ahead.
nor to usurp authority over the man.
So, what does it mean to usurp? Come on, give me that quick so we can get through this.
Usurp, it says to seize.
To what?
To seize.
To seize. Like when the white man pulls your ass out the car, he's seizing you. When he throws you on the curb, he's taking rule and command over your whole being. Right? You ever been seized? Seize him. Right? That means they all come at you and what? Fall on you, right? Take over you. So usurping authority is what?
To seize.
Go ahead.
And hold in possession.
Go ahead.
By force or without right.
Without what?
Without right.
You don't have the right according to the Creator because the Most High put the order. And then when you always do it the wrong way, what happens is you show the wrong example. So you don't have the right to seize that authority. So read it again.
But I suffer not a woman to teach,
right,
nor to usurp authority over the man.
Right. Go ahead.
But to be in silence.
Right. So she has to have an order about herself. All right. It doesn't mean she's a mute. She's dumb. She's gonna let, if he walk off a bridge, you just gonna let him. the Bible can't mean that. It can't mean that because all the other scriptures tell you if you see your brother sin a sin unto death, what? Warn him. You help him. So, I hope my ribs, and y'all don't understand. I mean, y'all understand that. It don't mean you see him walking off a bridge. Well, I'm going to be a humble sister and not say anything to me, Lord. But he's finna fall off the dang bridge. He's finna kill himself. So you are going to do it. But what way are you going to do it? Go to Proverbs. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Go to Proverbs 15 and 1.
Come.
Proverbs 15 and 1.
Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 1.
Yeah. Proverbs 15 and 1. Go ahead.
A soft answer turneth away wrath.
Right. So hold that. And we're going to flip that. We're going to get with that. And we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus. Hold that and go to Ecclesiasticus what?
36 and verse 23.
Ecclesiasticus 36 and 23, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 36, verse 23.
Go ahead.
If there be kindness.
So if there be read it again, Ak.
If there be kindness.
Okay, you read, Ak.
A soft answer.
A what?
A soft answer.
So there got to be what, Karataza?
Kindness.
Right?
Meekness.
If there be what?
Meekness.
If there be kindness and meekness. Because the question is, are you a pit bull, a Rottweiler, or are you a humble, meek woman? So how I got to deliver it to my husband is I got to be meek. Hey, babe, hey, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but I notice when the kids are in the car and you put on the rap music, it's like it's like the kids are listening to F this, F that, jump on that, pop that thing, work that thing for a real nigga, you know, you don't want the kids hearing that, you know, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries. What do you think about that, babe? Right? So, if there be meekness and kindness, read.
And comfort.
And what?
Comfort.
She's supposed to have what?
Comfort.
She's supposed to be able to deliver that message with comfort out of the sake of order for the Most High, righteousness, right? Unity in the household, the kid's example, your daughter's example. She's going to do what you do. If you're loud, disrespectful, disgruntled, you know what I mean, all out your head, just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and go look at them. Like mother, like daughter. She's there looking like a yamp. Which one is the mom? You don't know because she got her face pumped up with all this stuff and fake boobs and fake breasts and liposuction to try to look like her daughter, right? And now they're competing and picking up dates together, like mother, like daughter, right? And we know those are worst case scenarios. Not every Hebrew Israelite woman is like that, but I'll say 99.99999%. We are the rare virgins out of the world. We are the chosen out of the world. So otherwise, what do you have? You have women getting out of order and showing their kids how to be out of order, right? Okay, so read where you're at, Shaquat.
A soft answer turneth away wrath.
Right, a soft answer is going to turn away a fight. Come on, y'all know that. This is not rocket science. The thing is that when you lit, you move with those demons on you, and you what? You think you got the right to do this, right? And then next you know, you're like, see, that's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be a Hebrew. Look at your ass now, nigga, right? And it's like, whoa, right? She's yelling at you. She's doing things. And then what that's do? That caused division. That caused chaos in the house, right? A soft answer turneth away wrath. Because she's a professional. She knows how to what? Speak to her husband. Baby, hey, let me bring my tone down. Because you respect him. Just because he makes one mistake, two mistakes. that don't mean he's trash. Just because you make one mistake or two mistakes, that don't mean you're garbage. There's still got to be respect with each other, right? So a soft answer turneth away wrath. Go ahead.
But grievous words.
But what?
Grievous words.
Right, you're garbage. You ain't. You know what I mean? See, that's why. See, I'm gonna get on the line with who? Tyrone, right? And I'm gonna do it. You gonna get on the line with who? Oh, okay. So now you just reckless, right? What is that? What is that? Yeah, what is that gonna do? It's gonna stir up strife. Especially if you got a brother that's real emotional. You know what I mean? He gonna get emotional. You gonna get emotional. Y'all both gonna deal with emotions. So remember, when we go over these scriptures about showing us what we can and can't do, the women have to understand that the way they relay that message to their husband, because sometimes it got to be done too. Y'all know that, right? Sometimes the woman got to say, baby, hey, I love you, but we can no longer spend the money on liquor. Baby, I love you, but all you showing the kids is how to play video games all day. I don't want to be disrespectful, but damn, how could we fix this? Right? And check him in a way that's humble, that's not going to be argumentative, right? Read on.
But grievous words stir up anger.
Go ahead.
The tongue of the wise useth knowledge.
See, what is supposed to be in her mouth? Knowledge. She's supposed to be understanding that if I'm this wise sister and I can see that this is not feasible, well, then I should be wise enough to know how to deliver to my husband that message. You can't be wise in one way and the next you all wisdom, and then right then in that moment you turn around and go against the same wisdom that you have. That it doesn't work like that. That's chaos. Go ahead.
The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright.
Right?
But the mouth of fools pour out foolishness.
You see that? But the mouth of fools pour out foolishness. So this is the problem, is that women, men, this applies to everybody. So, but she has to know that if I'm going to be wise, then I got to pour out wisdom. So where you at, Ak?
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 26.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 26.
Go ahead.
A woman that honored her husband,
go ahead,
shall be judged wise of all.
And you got to see that the way that the woman deals with her husband, how she talks, how she speaks.
That's the only thing you got to ask yourself. What is your duties in keeping the house in order? Yeah. We ain't gonna go into a woman class, but we got to go into this to show the sister how to be this professional Israelite woman, right? The only duties you have in the house, the kids, like it says in Proverbs 31, you're taking care of the household, you're bringing in the finances, you're cooking, you're cleaning,
making clothes,
right? You're making the clothes,
taking care of the servants,
right? Taking care of all these things in the house and making your household at peace. Think about what's the one way you can make your household at peace and at war? It's your mouth. It's that old dirty ass mouth. You want to run it any way. That's the problem, and that can destroy. That dishonors your husband. Yeah. Go ahead.
But she that dishonored him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
You see that? So she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be what?
Counted ungodly of all.
And more so when you're a Hebrew Israelite man and you're doing this work of the Most High, you're going to look at her like, man, that's not in the spirit either. So just wanted to give that little balance, sis. I know she withdrew it, but It's a good question. You don't got to withdraw y'all questions. Y'all got good questions. And it kind of teaches everybody. All right? So don't be afraid to keep coming with the questions, man. What else we got on there? Anything else?
Yeah.
What we got?
Karataziah, question. Am I able to continue keeping my Hebrew name regardless if I should find a husband in the truth who may want to change it? Just wondering.
Good question. But here's the question. Who has rule over you after you get married? Go to Ecclesiasticus. You got to understand this. If your husband wants to change your Hebrew name, he should talk over it with you at least. But it might be in his spirit. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus 36 and verse 24.
Right on point. You got to understand that you should be willing to give your husband the power that he deserves. I know, man. I know it's hard for you women because the white man done told you got what they need and they need to bow down to it, right? And they need to serve and they need to buy, pay, they need to sing for what's between those legs, but that's not what the Most High said. And in the kingdom, it ain't going to be like that. Right? The Most High is going to set things back in order. So you got to see that out of sheer honoring your husband. Think about it. Shouldn't that honor be on him? And if you get a man of wisdom, he's going to do what? He's going to say, hey, I was thinking about when I watch your spirit, this is what I see. If he doesn't see Karataziah, the diligent sister, right? Because that's what Karataziah is, diligent. If he doesn't see you diligent, he sees your qualities are greater in another area. He might come back and say, I see you as the humble queen, right? Or I see you as the meek sister, or whatever he chooses. So, read where we at.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse 24. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession.
He that what?
Begetteth a wife begetteth a possession.
Yeah, he that getteth a wife getteth what?
A possession.
Now, that doesn't mean she's a possession like your shoes, right? Because you don't take care of your shoes, right? But she is your possession. Go to Ephesians. Let's show you. So y'all get that, right? So the sister's asking, what happens when if she gets with a Hebrew Israelite man, she already has a Israelite name, a Hebrew name, does she have to change her name? I mean, really, let's listen to the scriptures.
Yes. Yeah.
Read it again.
He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession.
Go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
He now possesses you. You're his possession. So, yeah, he can come back and say, hey, I was thinking, man, I see different qualities in you than what your name is. And I think I was thinking about this name. He should be wise enough to do that with you. In other cases, depends on who you get with. Another man say he might come back. This is why you got to know who you're getting with.
Where you at again?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36
It's
and
in the
verse 24.
In the Apocrypha.
Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah.
Ticus.
Yeah, Sirach.
T's, Ecclesiastes is in the Bible. Ticus is in the Apocrypha, right? Or that's why everybody says Sirach. Yeah.
No, you good.
I'm guessing it'll be the same thing if the person has a Hebrew name that was given from birth, right?
What?
Like our kids have Hebrew names already, it'll be the
Nah, that they're born with that. That's different. Like they're born with a Hebrew name. Like, don't we all want? I mean, I wish I was born with my Hebrew name.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they got that. You're not gonna remember. The whole point is that, especially these kids that are born, the men that's in the truth, most likely, unless they're the kids that's among them, right? Then they marry within the church. If they marry someone out, why would that brother want to change her name when she's already born, bred Hebrew Israelite, man or woman? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that being said, you got to know who you're dealing with. See, some cats are hard. Serious. You get with a man, he'd be like, nah, we're doing it this way. You better know, then that's what you chose. You be like, why are we doing it this way? Because I said, I don't need anything else. The water. Next. Like, some cats are just like that. Right? And some cats would sit down with you and be like, you know what? I want you to think about it, right? But you better know who you're getting with. This is the whole point. I mean, don't act like you made wrong decisions in the past. That's why the whole point is to do it right now, in the truth and the knowledge. Do it the right way. Before you have sexual relations, you make sure you are compatible. You make sure. Because what happens? Once you get with them and y'all lay together, that's your husband.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't like the world taught us. You acting like you going to leave him any minute. Nah.
They ain't no hit and run just for fun.
Right. So read that again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse 24.
Right.
He that getteth a wife,
right,
begetteth a possession,
right,
a help like unto himself.
You see that? A help like unto himself, right? So that's his possession. Go to Ephesians. And we got to get the balance on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want brothers to think, oh yeah, she's my possession. Because you got brothers that think this, that when he said possession, means you can come in, smack her upside the head, talking about she's my possession. It don't work like that. Christ gave us all the understanding in all these scriptures. So where are we at?
This is Ephesians chapter 5.
We're going to start at 24. No, we're going to that. And we were going to touch on this too. Just jump to about 28, verse 28.
Ephesians 5 and 28.
Go ahead.
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
You know what? He's right. Jump up. Jump up to 22.
Verse 22.
Go ahead.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband.
Right. So we read that in the other scripture, right? 1 Peter 3 and 1. That she was supposed to be subject. So you said what?
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband.
Right.
As unto the Lord.
As unto who?
Unto the Lord.
As unto who?
Unto the Lord.
As unto the who?
Unto the Lord.
You ain't God. Read it again.
As unto the Lord.
Nigga, you ain't Christ. As unto who?
As unto the Lord.
So you treat him as what?
Unto the Lord.
As you was dealing with Jesus himself. That's what was supposed to happen. You wouldn't get an attitude with Christ.
Man.
Right? Hell no, you wouldn't do that.
I was passing out flyers. I told you about that story. Passing out flyers. If Christ told you to take them spandex off, would you? She said. She thought about it for a second. I was like, stop it.
Wow.
You know you wouldn't think about it.
Yeah.
She reneged on it. She was like, yeah, I wouldn't.
Right, exactly. Go ahead, read on.
For the husband is the head of the wife.
Right. Go ahead.
Even as Christ is the head of the church.
Right, we read that in 1 Corinthians 11 and 1, that God, Christ, man, women, children. Go ahead.
And he is the Savior of the body.
Right.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands.
Go ahead.
In everything.
Read.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
So Christ wasn't walking around beating the church. Christ corrected the church. But Christ didn't go around laying his hand on men and beating them out of nowhere like the Pharisees and Sadducees were doing. Scriptures say, lay thy hand suddenly on no man. And I say that because the brother last night, before we finished class, he said, if my rib get in my face, could I whoop her? Could I hit her? I had to hit her with the scripture. The scriptures say, lay thy hand suddenly on no man. Then the scripture says, we are not to be brawlers. Then the scriptures tell us here, read on.
And gave himself for it.
Read.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it.
Right.
With the washing of water by the word.
So how we got to deal with our wives? We got to sanctify and what?
Cleanse.
Right.
With the washing of water by the word.
So yes, she's your possession, but even this is not a worldly possession. You're dealing with a soul. So you're going to cleanse and wash her with the word. Go ahead.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Go ahead.
Not having spot.
Right.
Or wrinkle or any such thing.
Right. And we're going to get into all this because talking about this topic about the husbandman. Are we going to get into it tonight?
We can.
Probably not, huh?
We can start it just
What time is it?
party.
So we're going to get into these scriptures too a little deeper. Go ahead, read on.
But that it should be holy and without blemish.
Go ahead.
So ought men to love their wives.
Right.
As their own bodies.
As their what?
Own bodies.
As their what?
Own bodies.
As their what?
Own bodies.
So do unto those as you would have them do unto you. Right? So you're going to deal with your rib. She's got to be in order. She's got to be right. Like you want to be dealt with. Right? And that being said, guess what? The men's are corrected. So that you can't act like, well, do you want to be talked to like that? Yeah, I do when I get out of order. So I'm telling you, I'm talking to you like this right now. And it don't got to be the cursing, the calling her names. It got to be correction with the knowledge, showing her where her brain is off and out of the way of the gospel. So that's important. That's important. That your husband has rule over you. You are going to be his possession. So that answers your question. If he's saying, hey, listen, I see these qualities in you, or you know what? You ain't as diligent as you think you are, right? And say, I think you more like this or you more like that. He can do that. He can do that. What? So, was that it on that?
Yes.
On the questions?
Yes, sir.
Right. So hopefully that helps you out, Karantzazaya.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps you out. What else?
That's it.
That's it? So let's it's good we went to that Ephesians. Let's go right back to the husbandry. So go to Ecclesiasticus 7 verse 15. Let's go into this husbandry class. And y'all see, y'all been getting little snippets of it. What we've been talking about tonight is part of the husbandry, but let's take you down the road of like a little more structured of what we're going to go over. Read that. Ecclesiasticus 7 and 15. Come on.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 15.
Yeah.
Hate not laborious work.
Right, because it's a labor. Your wife, your family, your children is a work. I'm gonna repeat this, whether we finish this class or whether we come back and do it. The scriptures tell us if a man can't take care of his own house, he cannot take care of the house of the Lord. So what does that mean? That means that if you can't have the qualities in your house, if you don't have the qualities in your house are ready to work, what's going to happen when you do with the church? If you're lazy at home, what are you going to do in the body? You're going to be lazy. Think about it. You sleep with this woman. You love your kids. But if you think, you know what, man, I can't deal with this. Wow, I'm stressed out. Well, then you got a lot to learn. You were supposed to know that you're taking on a husbandry, man, a working and even when you use that word husbandry and tilling the field, planting, taking care of the flock, you weren't just going to beat the flock. You got to take care of your flock. Every time you see these Muslims on, in these movies where they have all these flock, you see them what? Guiding them, taking care of them. And it'd be a whole mess of cattle, right? And they're what? Guiding them and taking care of them. You can't go beat the ground like the white man. You got to take care of it to bring forth the good fruit. But a lot of brothers don't want to it's boys trying to be men. We got to understand why the Most High said, if you can't take care of your own house, you cannot take care of the house of the Lord. And that don't mean run from it, brothers. Well, you know what? I'm still learning. You know what I mean? Nah, what it means is you are there already. You know what I mean? It's like, Chris, you got a baby, right? You can't say, well, man, I kind of want to fall back on that. It's too late. The baby's here. So now what do you got to do? You got to step the hell up. There ain't no running. So that's why it says about laborious works, right? And this is what we do when we take on relationships. This is what we're going to do when we take on the house of the Lord, right? You're going to be working. The kid games are done with. Being a bopper is done with. You're done. See? And now what happens when you try to dip back in that youth? What's the first thing that happens when you try to dip back in that youth, Jamal? Like when you try to go back into acting like you single and ready to mingle. What happens? No. What happens? I don't want to know I want to know what happens when you back on Tinder and you got a rib and kids at home. It what? It go left. You know what I mean? We got a brother, every time he get drunk, his rib like, can I borrow your phone? He's a new cat. And she grabbed the phone and she go right through his chat. And she's like, there you go again. Right? Because she's new too. She don't know that that's disrespectful. But at the same time, what is it doing? The Spirit's showing him, you're trying to put time into all these other women when you haven't even put time into the first wife. One woman. And this is the thing. That's why we keep saying that this is not a game. You got to come in here and learn what your duties are so you can be, as a man, you can be a help to your nation. Right? Remember, nobody's going to do it for us, black men, Hispanic man, Native American man, Israelite man. Right. You can't run to the white man for this one. Right? Well, white man. You ran to him for the job, right? I need a job. He gave you a job. You ran to him for the government cheese. What happened? He gave you the government cheese. Right? I need my EBT. He gave you that. But what he can't do is give you the Spirit to lead your house, to guide your family, to be an example to your rib and your kids. So it's what? It's laborious works. Y'all see that, right? Go ahead.
Neither husbandry, which the Most High had ordained.
Right. No, neither husbandry. Now, I want to be very clear on this word husbandry. It's pertaining to flock, cattle, and things of that nature. But we know that's applicable based on the other scriptures. If you can't take care of your own house, how you take care of the house of the Lord. Y'all got that? That way when y'all teach it, you once again teach it in context, but you're able to use and relate this to now your family, your household, the household of the Lord. Y'all get that? All right, where are we at next? Go from there. Go to Timothy, 2 Timothy 2 and 6. And this is why it's necessary. This is necessary, man. We brothers, sisters come in and we seeing the brothers and we see you battling. Your ribs got to recognize that this is the way that things have to go in order for you to be a man. But it's not only at home. It's a dual thing that's going on. The qualities that you're learning at home, patience, kindness, long-suffering, gentleness, meekness, stress-free, that's what you're going to apply in the congregation.
Yep.
There's no such thing, me walking around stressful. Imagine, come on, man.
Right.
How many brothers and sisters we deal with? Do I look stressed? Never. Why? Because I don't let those burdens are easy to take care of when we got the wisdom. You'll never see me walking around rubbing my, unless I got a stomach ache. But other than that, it ain't like, man, ribs at home. She out of order.
Right? You fading away into the abyss.
She out of order. What's up with you out? Nothing. You ready to teach tonight?
Not tonight.
Nah. You see why as leaders we can't do that? Because then y'all look at me and be like, what the hell's wrong with him? What happened to all the application? What happened to all the you believe? So, and how we get that strength is, guess how we get that strength? Guess how we get the strength? How do we get the strength to do it? The word. Okay, what else? Because we just touched on it. You know how you get the strength? With the laborer's works. Right? How do you get that bicep big? You keep lifting up the 5?
Wow.
You keep lifting up the 2 pounds?
Wow.
How you gonna get these guns big?
You gotta put more weight on it.
Right, yeah, you throwing those 50s, but then what happened when you pumping the 50s out like Zion? You know what I mean? Those are none. What you gotta do?
You gotta get to the 80s.
Huh?
You get sold.
You gotta raise them up to 55, 60.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you don't deal with labor. When you deal with labor's works, you get stronger and stronger.
Yep. There's different levels. There's levels that you're obtaining.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when it comes to our people, we don't know how it feels to go to another level.
Yeah.
We've been so mediocre our whole life.
Oh.
We've been so basic. We've been so, again, we haven't really stepped in our stead.
Mediocre niggas.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, we haven't stepped in our stead. At the
No,
Most
I
High.
used to call them bare minimum niggas.
Bare minimum? Right?
Yeah.
That's facts, though. A lot of us are bare minimum just to get by. But the Most High has a higher stead.
Yeah.
So when you start putting in work, you be like, dang, I actually increased the level.
Right.
I'm looking back. I'm like, okay, well, let's keep increasing. But that comes through labor's work, continuous work. So.
Yeah. Everybody wants that rib in order and righteous.
Right.
Well, you got to be righteous in the order with the Most High.
Because even when you think about husbandry,
yeah,
you was talking about the garden and things. One thing about a gardener is what? You have to keep up good management of that garden.
Ooh.
But it's the same thing when you deal with your loved ones. You got to keep up good management. What does that mean? The management never goes away. I don't think McDonald's management has crumbled. I don't think Exxon's management has crumbled to make these businesses, what do they call them? On the Forbes? No, on the Forbes magazine. Yeah, they're franchises, but at a certain level, which means that they're higher than most. But it was good management that maintained those businesses, maintained those fields. The husband has to be a person that is a good manager of what he has. And we're going to get into it.
Yeah. Go ahead, read that first. 2 Timothy 2:6.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 6. The husbandman that laboreth must be first partakers of the fruit.
Y'all listening to this? So in order for you to achieve this mastership, you know what? Where is that? 2 Timothy? 2 and 6. Let's read up a little bit. Let's go 2 Timothy. We ain't in a rush, man. We ain't in a rush to go through this.
Start at verse 1?
Yeah, start at verse 1.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace.
You got to be what?
Strong in the grace.
The Bible teaches us how to be strong. The scriptures, the things that you go through in the truth, teaches you how to be strong. You understand that? It's going to make you a real man, a real woman. It's not a woman's class tonight, but it's a man's class, but it will make you strong. Read.
Come.
Strong
in the grace.
Right.
That is in Yahushua.
That is in Christ. Meaning you're going to be able to go through these battles and things in life and really appreciate the grace, because the Most High is going to make you more strong. One big issue now, and as everything deteriorates, guess what's going to happen? Psychological breakdown, mental breakdown. People got to resort to the carnal things to act like it ain't going on. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
Verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me,
right,
among many witnesses.
Go ahead.
The same commit thou to faithful men.
You're not going to be faithful over few things and then be given many. It ain't going to work like that. You understand? The Most High ain't going to be like, oh, you know what? You're like, Yahweh, please send me a right woman, but you don't know how to be a right man. Right? Get my rib in order, but you ain't in order. I need somebody humble, but you not humble. But now, as those qualities are in you, guess what? The Most High is going to see. It says a man shall cleave to his like. You're going to get a humble woman. You're going to get a meek woman. A woman that's ready to hear and learn and ready to change for the Most High. So it starts with us. I know it's a slap in the face, man, but we got to realize that it starts with us. Go ahead.
Who shall be able to teach others also?
The Most High wants you faithful. We want. You ain't faithful, but you want a faithful rib. It don't work like that.
Right, like how you teach faithfulness to somebody that, if you're not faithful, it don't work like that.
You ain't going to be a benefit to the body, because why? You don't know how to be faithful. So I want y'all to really, as we go over this, understand that these are qualities that you got to have inside you. Read, come on.
That's that do what I say and not as I do.
Right, that's exactly what it is. Read. Go
Verse
ahead.
3. Thou therefore endure hardness.
But you had to learn how to, in your house, in the things in your household, do what?
Endure hardness.
No. When the bills get a little rough, you start losing and you got to stick up niggas again.
Endure hardness.
The funny thing is, some of y'all ex-stick up. Who's the ex-stick up boys in here? Raise your hand.
We got any jump out boys.
We got any ex-jump out boys in here? Nah.
Look at them.
Okay,
yeah.
Hey. But listen, we will.
It's a few.
We will. And then what? The only way to get it was to what? Who was ex-dime bags? Who sold some dime bags back in their days?
Called the po man hustle.
Right. The po man hustle? Right? A little bit, right? Right?
Right, back door, Lil Joe. Yeah.
QPs?
Yeah.
Quarter pound with cheese, okay.
Yeah, little QPs, quarter pound, okay. But guess what? You know why you stopped? Because you know that was systemic niggerism. And that you were going to teach your kids how to be what? Drug dealers and dope heads.
Right.
So you pulled away from that. So you cannot go back to the weakness. You got to endure that hardness now.
God.
But how do you endure it? It says you can't go back to the weak and beggarly elements. Right?
God.
You can't go back to the drinking. Who when they rib got out of order, they used to get stressed. Who used to take a nice drive and then go drink a brewski and then take off the edge like the white dudes? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right? Exactly. Smoking long comforting blunts, huh?
Right. Gasoline.
It's like you long comforting blunts, like, and you thought that was gonna take your mind away, and it did for the second, but you still had to show back up.
Yeah.
You still had to live life.
That's right.
You still had to be there.
Yeah.
Right? But isn't that the problem with this world? Nobody wants to really live because they don't know how to. The white man said flesh, carnal. And guess what? You did all that, and you're still not fulfilled within. Don't you hear it all the time? I don't feel fulfilled.
Right.
Right?
Something's missing. Whole inside.
Right. And something is missing.
I'm not complete.
Right? Exactly, because the carnal can never fulfill you.
Yes, flesh can never be pleased.
So I'm going to say it again. So why do you go through these things in your house and have to learn to endure your rib losing her mind, but you sitting there with wisdom and understanding and said, baby, we got it. Don't worry about it. I know we're short here, but the Most High is going to bring it through. But you ain't got no job, and then this, and then this, and then my mama, and this, and throwing all this other things that don't matter in our relationship. You got to sit there and look at her like, woosah, that ain't gonna that don't matter. Let me show you what matters. Except a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, then his house shall be soon overthrown. So I got to stay diligent in the Most High, and he's going to bless the works of my hands, and he's going to bless our house. So don't panic. Let's deal with faith. Get your Bible. Let's go over some faith. Right? Then you go over faith with her. Strengthening her mind, her thoughts, her emotions. Right? But if you can't endure hardness, what's going to happen to her?
She gonna lose it.
You got two emotional people in the house. What do you got? Oh, I tell you what you got. You got the cops coming over. You got, I'm throwing this nigga stuff on the lawn. Right? You got, she's burning your J's. Oh, yeah. You got all that soap opera they learned from Martin Lawrence in the...
That was that one movie.
What was the one movie with Martin Lawrence? Where you got with the crazy chick?
Thin line between love and hate.
Yeah. Thank you.
Burnt up his house.
That's where they got that from. Like, look, I'm burning his shoes.
Left eye. She really did that though.
Left eye did that. Why? Because she got it from TV.
Oh yeah.
Or from her loud, disgruntled Hispanic mama, right? Because I think Left Eye was a.
I don't know what she was.
She wasn't. She was. Yeah, she wasn't a.
From South America, she died in her home country.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Damn.
She wasn't Judah.
She was northern. Yeah.
Right, but it shows you. Y'all see why enduring hardness is needed. Then you're gonna bring that to the school, to the church. You're gonna be a strength and a backbone to the nation. Y'all gotta see this, man. The Most High is building us as men again, women again. Come on.
Thou, therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier.
Go ahead.
Of Yahushua.
Read.
No man that warreth.
No man that what?
Warreth.
So we are in a war, but not the type of war you think. We're in a spiritual war. We're in a spiritual battle, a mental battle. And I'm going to say it again. That's why everybody got to pop pills to get through. It's my anxiety. What you anxious about? Right? What you anxious about? What you scared for? Because they don't got no hope and no faith. You want your kids to grow up like that? Think about it. That's how you want your daughter. That's how you want your sons to grow up. Ancients always switching to where they got to take their Ritalin,
yeah.
Their pills. That's not what you want. You can fix that. You can help that if you are a good example, right? If you teach your children how to be calm, at peace, how to seek the Most High. But if you don't know how to do it, what happens to the household? What happens to the nation?
It's overran.
So you see why the men have to understand how to take care of the house first? The value, right? Yeah, man, you don't know how many brothers we get in the truth that want to jump for, she's out of order. So how much did your time you put in her? I gave her 1 week. Damn. You gave her a whole week of patience, huh? And you were already to dump her off. A whole week. Most High gave you from how old are you? And how old are you now? But you gave her a whole week. I can't. Bro, you need to keep coming to class. Because the Most High deals with patience, long suffering. Right? And we know there's a level of that. Obviously, that's on a level. If she ain't trying to punch you in the face, blow your house up every other day. Because if she's doing that, you guys definitely got to separate. Right? Because your ass going to end up in prison with that. But every woman ain't like that. They just need little patience, long suffering. Your children need patience, right? You got to stop running from your problems. We good for that, man. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 18.
Go there real quick.
Chapter 9.
Ariah, you stay where you're at.
Yeah.
Ariah, I'm a one.
Yes, sir.
And then Karatazar, where you at?
Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 9 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
And this goes right along with just about how a man is enduring hardness. Well, the hardness comes through, as we're going to read or learn, is that teaching your family. You know, all these things are new. You got to understand that, like you said, how many years have you been in? You know, how long have you been understanding the spirit of the Most High?
Right.
These are all new things, and it shouldn't be moving fast. And I mean, the learning process is that we have to learn. But read where you're at.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 18.
Go ahead.
For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed.
Yeah, our ways are being reformed. We're being reformed and understand what our responsibility is, how we're supposed to do it the proper way. Go ahead.
And men were taught the things.
Men were what?
Taught the things.
Yeah, so the man's being taught, but what is the man gonna do for his household? Teaching as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna be you're relearning and you're understanding what is pleasing to the Heavenly Father. How you should go about doing things. And this goes in about being this soldier that's able to teach someone else. Go ahead.
That are pleasing unto thee.
That are what?
Pleasing unto thee.
Yeah, we're taught the things that are pleasing unto the Most High. Now we got to transition that into the household.
Right.
We got to show the wife, listen, this is what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father. Because I know you think that this is the way you do it. But according to the Bible, no. This is the proper way. Keep reading.
And we're saved.
And we're what?
Saved.
Go ahead.
Through wisdom.
Yeah, it takes time. We're all being retaught. But even as this good soldier, you have to endure the hardness and understand that we're redigging, we're bringing up that ground, bringing up that old plant, refertilizing it, put some new mulch down, put that plant in it, water it, take care of it. Listen, some people even talk to the plant. Talk to the plant, touch the plant, you know, but that's all that little small care. But these are the things that we're being taught and being reformed through. So you can jump back to that 2 Timothy's.
Yeah, 2 Timothy, jump back.
2 and verse 4.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth intermingleth himself.
No. Read it again.
No man that warreth intertangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Right. You can't be in the entanglement.
Right.
You can't entangle with the affairs of this life.
Right.
You understand? Let's say it.
Right.
Where are we at again?
That's verse 4.
We're at 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4.
Entangleth.
Right. No man that warreth entangleth. You can't be entangled with the affairs of this life. I'm going to say it again. The scripture says when you became a man, you put away childish things. So it's not going to be the liquor that solves your problems. It's not going to be the pills. It's not going to be the weed. It's not going to, you know what, we just going to have sex and that's going to fix it. Right. It's not going to be that.
Got to get away. Long drives.
I'm going to take a long drive. No, it's going to be you through wisdom saving you. It's the spirit that quickeneth, right? The flesh profiteth nothing.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right, go ahead.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Go ahead.
That he may please him who hath chosen him.
So how are we going to please him? We got to stop trying to entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life. Y'all hear that, sisters? You know what that means? That means that your husband got to be locked in the spirit if you guys want peace. Your husband got to be locked in the spirit if you want blessings. Your husband got to do right to the Most High if you want things in your house. You want him to be this man. This is the only way he's going to be that man, through the wisdom, through the word. Go ahead.
Him to be a soldier.
To be a what?
A soldier.
Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Go ahead. So you're what?
Soldier.
What are you, brothers?
Soldier.
You're a soldier. A lot of people don't believe that or understand that. Yeah.
I thought we were messengers.
What, huh?
I thought we were messengers.
Say that?
I thought we were messengers.
We are messengers, but you're a soldier too.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because it's a mind state. Remember, these are all analogies of what we're taking on, right? How he said we're in a we're not in a physical battle, but a spiritual battle, right? So you have a soldier mind state. Go look at the priest. Samuel was a priest, but what was he? He's a warrior. Yeah, he hewn a man down. You know what it means to hewn somebody down?
Chop.
Imagine chopping somebody down like a tree. Yeah. That's what a priest did. And a lot of priests did those things. Why? Because we were messengers, but when the Most High said, okay, we need to be the warrior, it was easy for us to switch and know what it is to go to war. You see that? So we are warriors. We're messengers, right? We're fishers. The scriptures say we're fishers of men. We're husbands. We're kings. We're priests. Right? We're brothers. Right? We're all these things, man. And one brother, one man, all these characters are going to be part of you. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Except he drive what?
He strive lawfully.
So, how many of y'all want to be a teacher? Raise your hand. You got to strive lawfully. The only way you can be a teacher is if you're willing to be taught. And a lot of these lessons are where? They start where?
In your house.
There you go.
When you wake up in the morning. When you go to bed.
When you go to bed. Are you waking up like rolling over to the phone, or are you waking up saying, babe, get together, get your hair covered, let's face the east? Huh? You got to see that. How you got in your house. Right? Remember, your child is going to learn that. You see? You see our kids, why they got the fringes and why they emulate us praying? That means what happened to those kids? What were they doing at a young age? They were watching us. You can watch our kids and see the things in us that need to be better. Right? That's why, what do you see in the communities?
Gremlins.
You see the what?
Gremlins.
It ain't even on.
Dang.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
You see the gremlins.
Yep.
You see them running around, blunts, yelling, screaming. What?
You see what you put into the neighborhood.
You see what you put into the neighborhood. We supposed to be the ones fixing these things. Don't worry about that. We supposed to be the ones fixing these things. You messed them up.
Right.
Israel always trying to act like you ain't do it. Listen, you know why you got a stubborn, rebellious woman? Because how many hoes did you run through?
A lot.
All you just got is what you put out.
That's right.
That was your energy, homie.
Yeah, that was your energy. brothers don't act like you didn't boo-boo on a lot of women. You know you treated a lot of women like garbage. So you reap what you sow. It's coming right back to you. You thought you was going to get away with it in your youth, and when you got older, what happened? That same woman, what? Right? You messed her up. You took her virginity at 13, 14, and then what happened when you got 25? She came right back in another body like, yeah, I got mental issues. Niggas treat me like trash. They don't deal with me. All they did was pass me around like a piece of meat, right? And she fall in your hand. Now you got to do what? You put it out. Now you got to deal with it. You got to clean it up. It's time that we clean our nation up.
That's right.
We got to clean the women up. We got to clean our communities up. A lot of Israel always want to put it on everybody else. Well, it's how I grew up. That don't mean you got to continue the niggerism and the foolishness. You got to start making the change. You want to complain about your mama and your daddy. Well, daddy wasn't there. Well, what you gonna do then? Right? I learned it. She get it from her mama. That's the point. You shouldn't have followed the weak, wrong, wicked example. Now you got to relearn to follow the right example. Y'all see this? What's up? Oh, go ahead, read on. Let's finish this out.
Come on, verse 6.
Go ahead.
The husbandman that laboreth must be first partakers of the fruit.
So y'all see that, right? You see why it's a necessity. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Go ahead.
Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things.
There you go. So go from there. Where we at? And if we remember, we try to answer these questions. So that's why we've been little by little edging through this class. And we'll finish it. But, y'all know this is important, right? And for y'all online, we got a lot of young brothers coming in. When I say young, 20 in their 20s. And, us in our 20s, man, y'all know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you come in, you're a lion, you're a fire.
You're a lion? Like,
yeah.
Look at what we had to deal with in Houston when a lot of these young cats come in. They want to what? Oh, she was out of order. But, brother, you out of order. You got brothers jumping from women to women. We don't want that. So what do we have to do? We have to go over these topics. Yeah. We have to show the young men that is coming here to be young priests how to be priests and understand what they're going to have to go through. Y'all get that? All right, so we'll finish this up. If we don't finish it now, go there. Go to 1 Timothy 3 and 5. And this is the one we keep reiterating. 1 Timothy 3 verse 5.
1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5.
And then when we come back, we're going to go deeper into the essential elements of what is needed. We're going to get more direct when we start going into the next class on what things the man is supposed to be learning in his house. Okay? Read that. 1 Timothy 3 verse 5.
1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5.
And what we might have to do is Monday, just kind of don't ask questions. Just kind of go right into the topic.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, right. Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house.
If he what?
Know not how to rule his own house.
Read.
How shall he take care of the church of the Most High?
And that's what this is supposed to be about. That's why you're supposed to be getting better. Don't get this twisted. Don't get it twisted like, oh, you know what? Yeah, man, Kazaki said I got to learn how to rule my house, so I got to be caked up.
That ain't how you learn.
Yeah, that's not. I hope y'all didn't get that from what we going over. No, I got to be more subject to my rib. That's y'all didn't get that from this, did y'all? When she tells me to stay home, because Kazaki said, what we're showing you in the Bible is that the qualities and the hardness and the things you're learning in the household is going to be a benefit. So as you're applying the Bible in your house, it's going to be a benefit in the church, right? As you're dedicated to the Most High, you're going to be bringing that to your house, your family, your kids, your nation. Y'all get that, right? Okay. So I don't want y'all to get this twisted like, oh man, you know what? I got to just start all over. Let me just deal with my rib. You think it's time to dwell in your sealed houses when the house of the Lord lay waste? I hope you ain't thinking that.
We'll get you for that.
Do we have to go to the other scriptures? Those that have wives, be as though they have none. Maybe we got to bring the balance in right now.
Might as well.
Go there real quick. So when we go back into this topic, we're going to jump back in it Tuesday. We're going to go into the essential elements, but let's get this one real quick. Because we're definitely not saying, the scriptures say we got to lose all. He that loveth father, mother, brother, sister more than me is not worthy of me. But there has to be an understanding on what you're doing, a level of learning of what is needed before you can go do the work and you can be efficient in it. That's why y'all need to be in class. You need to be studying. You need to be asking questions. Not moving rashly. Right? Go ahead, read where we're at.
1 Corinthians.
And then we'll end it out. Go ahead.
Chapter 7 and verse 29.
Go ahead.
But this I say.
Yeah.
Brethren, the time is short.
Read.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
So I hope y'all ain't saying, well, because I can saying I got to be caked up at home and she needs me here because she's emotional now. That's exactly the opposite what I'm saying. What the scriptures is saying. What the scriptures is showing us, man, if we let these essential elements be built in us, then we'll be an asset to our house, our family, and our children. Y'all got that, right?
God.
No? Y'all got that? Jamal? You got that, Art? Okay. Y'all got that, Calvin? Okay. All right. So hopefully y'all got that online. Next class, Tawada. Oh, we haven't even got into this. Wait till we go into Tuesday's class. Why? Because there's certain elements, certain things that we learn that you have to learn in your household. We're going to go into those specifics. Right now we're hitting the generalizing things. But no, we're going to go into the specifics on Tuesday. All right. All right. Does anybody got any questions online before we finish? We got a few minutes. Remember, it is the Shabbat. Remember, 9:25 is the Day of Atonement. All right? So let me see if they got anything in there. Let's see if they got anything online real quick before we go into the top. We conclude class. Excuse me. Anybody online? Remember, it is the Shabbat tonight. It is the Shabbat. Y'all keep your heads. We're waiting to see, before we close out, does anybody have any questions? Did anybody have anything in here? Nothing? Nothing? Y'all armored up? Everybody war ready, sisters? Good? Good? Okay. All right. So nothing online? Everybody, let's salute them. Let's say shalom. Shalom. Shabbat shalom to everybody online. We will see y'all next Tuesday.
Six chill, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah.